Good day and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. This is your host Ashwin Bedi updating you on the latest local and international sport news. Let's head straight to the hit list. The NFA says clubs have to make use of existing funds and are encouraged to get their own additional funds in order to remain self-sufficient. Namibia Football Association Secretary General Jochen Traut has revealed that the association is not in a position to fund teams battling for First Division playoffs due to the fact that they were already remunerated earlier. This comes after several football clubs and members in football circles expressed dismay over the fact that the teams have had to play without transport allowances. The playoffs have been scheduled to take place in different towns, where teams from the second division have been competing for a place in the first division. The clubs have argued, however, that the grants they have received are insufficient and cannot last a complete season, which has made it difficult for them to travel from place to place. The NFA, for the time being, has maintained their stance on the matter. The association says it will only cater to the logistics it deems fit to take care of at that moment. The foundation for the Walvish-based Salt Junior Eagles' 7-wicket victory was once again laid by their bowlers in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, during the African qualifiers for the 2024 World Cup in Sri Lanka. Namibia secured a 7-wicket victory when Kenya was bowled out for 64 runs in 30.4 overs. Namibia chased down the target by scoring 67 runs for 3 wickets in 16.4 overs in the second innings. Maurice Kariata continued his bull run at the University of Dar es Salaam Cricket Oval with 3 wickets for 10 runs in 5 overs. Kariata is a huge talent for the future and won the Player of the Match award with his excellent spell yesterday. Now, the support from Alexander Volshenk, Jack Brussel, Gerard Janssen van Rensburg, P.D. Blignont, and Zakeo Janssen van Vuren's economy figures between 1.2 and 2.55 runs per over were impeccable. The Eagle bowlers delivered 11 empty overs with 150 dot balls as pure bonus. 8 extra runs were given up. Now, the 6th edition of the annual Queen's Hub Soccer Bonanza is slated for the weekend of 5 to 6 August in Groot Aub. The tournament has seen an influx of no less than 32 teams each year and is said to have become the people's choice. The tournament amount is 60,000 Namibian dollars and the entry fee is set at 2,500 per team. The winners will receive 30,000 Namibian dollars with 20 gold medals and a floating trophy, while the runner-up will walk away with 14,000 Namibian dollars and 20 silver medals. The 2 semi-final losers will each receive 6,500 Namibian dollars and the 4 quarter-final losers 1,000 each. Tournament organizer Ronnie Haraweb is adamant that the tournament has the potential to become the biggest in the country. Now, top Namibian chess player international master Dante Bierkus will be representing the country at the upcoming Chess World Cup this Saturday in Baku, Azerbaijan. The World Cup is set to take place from 29 July to 24 August and will be a knockout tournament featuring top chess players from around the world. There will be 206 participants from about 50 countries partaking in the event, Bierkus said in an interview with Sports Wrap. We're going to go for a short break before we return to Zoom In.
Stock up on mega deals this month at WB. Get 10 kilogram top score maize for $119.99. 3 kilogram Polana elbows or macaroni for $79.99. 1 liter Clover Ultra milk for $20.99. 3 times Fanta 2 liter for $50. And Huggies diapers value packs for $174.99. See all our specials online at www.woermanbrock.com. We care.
We care.
Let's get into Zoom In. Road running enthusiasts are up for a treat as the Vivo Energy Windhoek Marathon takes center stage in the capital on Saturday morning. Vivo Energy's corporate communications manager Lazarus Nafidi says all systems are in place and the inaugural event has received overwhelming entries. The event, which will start and finish at the Windhoek Center near Zoo Park, will be hosted in conjunction with the city of Windhoek. The race distances are over 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 21 kilometers, and a 42-kilometer full marathon. Our journalist Jesse Jackson Kauraisa met with Nafidi in studio, and this is what he had to say.
the capital city this coming weekend is looking forward to one of the biggest marathons in the country, and it is the Vivo Energy Windhoek Marathon. It doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get more exciting than this. Well, today I'm not alone. I'm joined by a man that would give more details about this. It is the Corporate Communications Manager of Vivo Energy, Lazarus Nafiti. Welcome to the Sport Rep Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm very excited about this event. I'm going to be there present as well. How is the vibe going so far?
Yeah, well, what can I say? The response has been tremendous. I think when we first put out the call for people to register for the marathon last month, it came first with lots of skepticism from people, you know, lots of questions. Which kilometers do I run? What is the route? Do I get a freebie? Where is the money going to? And it's all come to this moment now where we are now. And I must say that we are very excited as a company with our partner, City of Windhoek. They're also very excited. We've got actually more participants registering than we actually expected. So the response has been quite tremendous. And we are excited, looking forward to Saturday, really.
There you hear it, more entries indeed. And that is always good news because you want an event of such magnitude to be filled with people. Where is it taking place? That is one thing that people would want to know. We know that it is in Windhoek, but Windhoek is very big.
Yeah, yes. Our partners have gone out deliberately to look for a very challenging route. The full marathon, which is 42 kilometers, obviously takes you from the city center, from City of Windhoek parking lot on the Semnuyoma Dunfermline C28 route up to Dunfermline. That's the full marathon and back. You and I are probably not going to participate in that. This is really like for endurance runners. And then there's obviously a half marathon, which same route, but obviously branching off towards the Tony Rust site beyond Ochomise and back. And then we've got the 10-kilometer route, also really measured until from the City of Windhoek until somewhere the traffic lights after the Rocky Crest and Ochomise turnoff. And then the 5-kilometer route, obviously, which is very popular for all runners that are not really
enjoyments, they call them that.
Yes,
the guys that come there for fun.
That will come for fun and that will come and have a nice walk out with the family. So that's also a very popular route, and we've received quite a lot of entrance for that kind of distance as well.
Wonderful. Before we go into why this marathon and all, one of the questions one would like to ask, of course, the participants as well, is the security, the safety in terms of the traffic and all that.
Yeah, we've taken deliberate measures to team up with partners that have done this before. I mean, Vivo Energy is not a sports agency. This is our first sort of marathon that we are venturing into, and we needed this kind of expertise that comes from the City of Windhoek that will be providing quite a lot of the security, the emergency service response, ambulances for people that won't be able to fully make it or that might get into trouble while on the route. And obviously the City of Windhoek has gone to such an extent that they've blocked off certain routes from being used by motorists on Saturday. There's a few intersections that are closed off for the day, just to allow obviously free movement of the runners and walkers. So security is very tight. I think we've gone to lengths to really make sure that people are safe on the route, not only free from traffic congestion, but also safe on the route while they are on there, especially some of the runners that will be taking the long route, the isolated route towards Dunfermline and stuff. So there is quite a bit of security measures that we've put into place. We've got a security company that's handling that, and yes, we expect this to come off quite. This being a first one, obviously,
Yes,
we expect a few glitches, but we are prepared for the worst case scenarios, which is why we've teamed up with ambulance services and emergency rescue services.
Okay, most definitely, and that leads us to our next question, and this is because, of course, you said that you guys are not a sports agency and you're getting involved into this now. Why? What prompted this idea?
Well, we live in a world that is, for most parts, unbalanced. You get people that are fortunate, that have had a lot of opportunities come their way, and they've used those opportunities and are living quite well. And then you've got the other side of the coin, where you've got people that have got no access to sanitation, clean water, adequate housing. And this is what we're trying to do with the city of Windhoek by teaming up with the city's mayoral residence relief fund to literally divert all the proceeds, like everybody that's paying that $50 to walk that 5 kilometer, those proceeds go into a fund where we will sit and then divert those to projects that are deserving and that are needy in Windhoek itself. So it's literally looking at how can we contribute as a corporate using partnerships to address some of these ills in our society. So there is quite a lot of stuff that needs to be done. We can't do it all at once, which is why we thought that, look, let's do an annual marathon. We raise funds from there, and then we address some of these problems, like the lack of toilets in Babylon, for example. So these are all initiatives that we're trying to finance through raising funds from the residents. So even you taking part, know that your $50 or your $100 actually went to helping a fellow resident. So yeah, that's why. That's the big why.
That is a wonderful, wonderful message there across. Well, before we conclude, I would like to just find out if there's any additional information that you would want to give up.
Yes, there's quite a scramble for places at the marathon. Obviously, there's a cut-off for us in terms of how many people we can accommodate that would like to participate in the various categories. But entries closed on Friday. But we are now accommodating people that have registered but haven't paid yet. So that's still ongoing. We're getting people that have registered but haven't had an opportunity to pay. We're accommodating them now between beginning of the week until tomorrow. As from tomorrow onwards, which is Thursday and Friday, we will then be situated in the city of Windhoek, where all the runners can come and pick up their racing kit, which is your racing number and your swag bag with selected goodies and your race T-shirt, which is quite nice.
It does look great. I can attest to that.
Yes.
Well, it has been a privilege having you here. NTV will be there to actually do some footage, and also I think for the viewers, it is poised to be an exciting event. I'm sure not many of you can miss it. Thank you so much, Mr. Nafiti, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Certainly looking forward to seeing the capital city busy on Saturday with runners. Stay with us as we head into Spotify after the break. right, let's get into Sportify. On 11 March, Caribbean Private School traveled to Rehoboth with 6 relay teams to participate in a relay championship. The teams, consisting of both boys and girls, were accompanied by Mr. Ferris, sport organizer of KPS. All teams who participated in the under 15, under 17 and under 19 age groups managed to win medals, a total of 24 medals ranging from gold to bronze. That's it from Sportify, which I really love because it's always good to focus on the future of sport, which is Namibian youth. The Rugby Joe is up next.
How do you find the perfect time? Is it in what we create? Or is perfection a form of art? Can we taste the perfect time? Move to it. Feel it. Or is it best enjoyed together? The perfect time is out there. Come with us to find it. Vintage Draft. Perfect time. Perfect beer.
This month on DSTV Premium, Nora is back as life in the Big Apple continues to surprise her and her outrageous family and friends.
I have an idea.
You do? Two families battle for the coveted Camp Trophy in this hilarious family-friendly movie.
That was fun.
That was something.
And F1 hits the tarmac as Red Bull continues their push for dominance.
Absolutely epic!
It's your moment to be entertained by staying connected to DSTV Premium.
All right, let's get into Le Rugby Joe. Coach Alistair Coetzee has arrived in Montevideo with his Namibian squad for a 4-team series in South America that starts on Saturday as he looks to settle on his selection for the Rugby World Cup. Namibia will compete in the World Rugby Nations Cup against Argentina on 29 July and Uruguay on 5 August in Montevideo, before traveling to Santiago to meet hosts Chile on 12 August as they prepare for the World Cup in France, which starts in September. The Argentina XV will be coached by Ignacio Fernandez Lob and Nicolas Galatro. The same two men were in charge of Los Dogos and Los Pampas in this year's Super Rugby Americas. They have named 18 players from their respective teams in the squad. The Namibia squad includes 13 players who competed at the last World Cup in Japan 4 years ago. Namibia are in Pool A, starting against Italy in Saint Etienne on 9 September before playing New Zealand, France and Uruguay. The show continues after the break as Ari Hochad takes us into globetrotting.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's go get rich from that dying old
We need to keep an eye on Beatrice and Dick. They're trying to take our money.
What is it that Dan used to say?
If you're scared of dying, don't be afraid to live.
No one's born bad. Like anything, it takes practice.
What's all the commotion? There's a robbery across the street.
What?
I am Puss in Boots.
What's a Puss in Boots?
He is me.
Frank has built something truly special. What he's created out here, it's a different way, a better way.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Now, just now I said Ari would be presenting this segment, but that's just because I miss him. I'll be taking you into globe-trotting. Lindsey Horan denied the Netherlands a famous victory against the United States on Thursday in a 1-1 draw. This is at the Women's World Cup. The United States beat the Netherlands 2-0 4 years ago to retain their World Cup crown and are now pursuing a third in a row, something that has never been done before. But they were far from their best in front of a crowd of over 27,000 and fell behind in the 17th minute to a superb strike from midfielder Jill Roord. Now, Vlatko Adonovski's side drew in the game and struck back just after the hour with a header from skipper Horan moments after she had a spirited exchange with the Lyon teammate Danielle van der Donk. Springbok midfielder Damien de Allende is relishing the challenge of taking on Argentina this weekend and further cementing his spot as the leading contender for the 12th jersey for the Rugby World Cup. Now, while there has been some debate about the midfield selection ahead of Argentina, it was coach Jacques Nienaber who made it rather clear that the Boks are spreading the load and that while some have criticized the selection of Jesse Kriel at 13, this test was the first they could have selected him after he was banned for a red card while he was in Japan. Now we move over to some international football friendlies as Jude Bellingham scored the first goal of his Real Madrid career as the Spanish Giants defeated Manchester United 2-0 in a preseason friendly in Houston on Wednesday. English midfielder Bellingham, who joined Madrid from Borussia Dortmund in a $114 million transfer in June, opened his account with an exquisite finish after just 6 minutes. Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger caught the United defense napping with a superbly weighted ball that sent Bellingham bearing down on the goal. The 20-year-old took one touch to control and then lifted a delicate chip over on-rushing United goalkeeper Andre Onana to give Madrid a deserved lead. Now, Leandro Trossard bagged a second-half brace as Arsenal twice came from behind to defeat Spanish champions Barcelona in a preseason friendly in Los Angeles on Wednesday. Belgian Trossard netted in the 55th and 78th minutes as the English Premier League runners-up completed an emphatic victory at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Stay with us as we head to a short break. That brings us to the end of the show. Would love to hear from you, Manchester and Arsenal fans, in the comments section. How do you feel your teams fared in the preseason? What do you think that will mean for the season coming ahead? But from me, Ashwin Bedi, stay safe. Enjoy the week.